Hi, I'm Cynthia.
I'm Kevin,
I'm Hanzhi.
and today we're going to be talking about the K-pop industry. So the K-pop industry I'm gonna restart. Okay, wait. I'll just cut it off.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Cynthia.
I'm Kevin,
I'm Hanzhi.
and today we're going to be talking about the K-pop industry. So K-pop originated in Korea, and right now it's a very mainstream genre of music. However, it's actually made up of a lot of different genres, and we're going to go into that later. K-pop has a lot of different pros and cons, advantages, disadvantages, and we're going to discuss some of those today. So, for example, for advantages, I think we're going to go over different genres first. Yeah.
Hanzi, you got that.
So, as mentioned before, one pro of K-pop is that it has a variety of concepts and genres, and each group basically has its own unique genre and concept that allows it to have its own identity that attracts a lot of different and various fan groups. For example, we know that Cynthia's favorite group in Hyphen has a concept of kind of like vampire-ish,
Yeah.
and then ITZY has a concept of like teamhood. There's also other concepts like girlhood, girl crush,
Dreamcore.
Y2K, and then this is really like beneficial to the entire K-pop industry as a whole because this attracts different people who have different tastes in their concepts and what they like, and then additionally this creates a lot of different like promotional ideas that a lot of different groups can go into, like different real ideas, different song ideas, and yeah.
So, for example, from Cynthia's favorite group in Hyphen, even though they are a vampire concept, like you would expect them to be like a sort of dark, angsty kind of concept. And while they do that for like songs like Bite Me, it's actually very varied, right?
Yeah.
Because they have other songs
They
like
have like romantic concepts as
Mhm.
well. They have this one song called EXO, and it's very like bubbly pop.
It's
and
very bright.
Yeah, it's very like bright.
Nostalgic.
Yeah. And it's unexpected for a vampire group to be doing something like that, but it works with their concept. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think another group, my favorite group, that has a very interesting like mix of concept and genre is NMIX because their entire thing is that they created a new genre of music, which I think is so cool, called mix pop, which basically combines multiple different genres into one song and even sounds for some of their earlier songs like two different songs in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is another benefit of K-pop. This like this kind of like norm to be original as a group kind of makes a lot of groups like NMIX kind of have their own concepts. Like another group is also New Jeans. They created like kind of like a popish, calm
It's sort of like lo-fi, but it's
Yeah.
upbeat. I think it's
Yeah.
called UK Garage. That's the
UK
style they
Garage.
use. Yeah. And then recently in K-pop, there's been a resurgence of like house beats, like for example, 404 New Era by Kiki
Yeah.
and Focus by Hearts to Hearts.
Mhm.
So I think it's really interesting that they're tying in a lot of different concepts into one song, but still making it fit into their own concepts. Um, Next, I think we should probably talk about the different like diverse idols that they
Yeah.
have and their different skill sets.
So in like within K-pop idols, there's like multiple aspects that every idol is expected to have in order to be like successful in this industry, and that's singing, dance, stage presence, and rap for certain groups. So one group, Baby Monster, which Kevin and Hanzi both really like. So they have seven different members, and all seven of the members, they all possess these four qualities. Oh, you're cheesing hard. They all possess these qualities, and it makes them like a very dynamic group. So their stage presence is something that really stands out to me because like when they're on stage, you're just like drawn to them. Your attention is drawn to them because they all exude like confidence and aura in a sense.
They have like
Yeah.
this very fierce, like you just have to look at them
Yeah.
because they're just so endearing, right?
Yeah.
They just have this like presence to them.
Yeah.
And the really cool thing is that it's actually trained among idols to have this sort of appearance
Yeah.
on stage. And they're trained like since they were extremely young. Like for example, Jiho from Twice, who is 28, I believe.
28, yeah.
Yeah, she's been trained since she was 8 years old. So she has 20 years of work experience at 28 years old.
And it shows because she's such a good idol. Her vocals are insane. Stage presence is so good. Yeah.
Yeah, and like K-pop idols don't need to be like have to be trained for 20 years to have good stage presence. Like Baby Monster, they recently like debuted like 2 years ago or
Mhm.
1 year ago, and then I went to their concert last year, and their stage presence was like insane.
Yeah.
Like I was so drawn to it that like I literally forgot to record because I was like jumping around and like
Yeah.
singing and everything, and that just shows how like even the younger idol groups are still like well trained in
Yeah.
these four skills that they have
Yeah.
to do.
And I think it's also good to note that a lot of the idols don't need 20 years of training. Like, for example, I think the shortest training period ever for an idol was like 3 days.
Who?
It was an idol from like, I think it was like Cherry Bullet or something.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, a lot of the idols, like, I think Chiquita was trained for like 1 or 2 years
Yeah.
only. So a lot of idols possess like huge amounts of talent.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I think this kind of bleeds into one of the cons, which is the fact that even though they might have really short training periods, their training periods are very grueling.
They're very intense. So like for example, Enhypen was created from a survival show called Island, and basically it was like 3 months of no contact. They were locked into like this building, and they were forced to they were like pit up against each other and forced to compete with eliminations for each round, and this like sort of caused them to have to like advance faster because their survival in the show was on the line. So it was like every day it's just like wake up, like do singing training, then dance training, and then just like go to sleep basically. Like it was no break for 3 months, and it really took a toll on their mental health and physical health as
And
well.
also the fact that they're put in this toxic environment
Yeah.
where they have to compete against their friends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you're trying to bond with these people who are sharing the same,
Aspirations.
I was gonna say traumatic
Oh,
experiences.
okay, never mind.
But these shared experiences with these people, and you know that 8 of them, seven of them are gonna debut, and
Yeah.
you want to be one of those, but
Mhm.
you also know that everybody else wants to
Yeah.
be it. So it's just this,
It's like toxic.
yeah, it's really toxic sort of motivation, and
Yeah.
especially because they aired it on media, which is why I think it's such a toxic thing to
Yeah.
pit yourself against all
Yeah.
these
Yeah,
people in front
like
of an audience.
there's I know for Zero Base One, they debuted on a survival show called Boys Planet One, and then I don't know about Island, but Boys Planet One, they had cameras in the
Yeah.
dorms that
Yeah,
filmed
like
like
sleeping.
24/7.
Yeah, it was like filming them
And
sleeping
like
and
basically
stuff. Yeah.
it was like the Truman Show. Like everything
Yeah,
was
yeah,
being
yeah.
aired, everything was being shown to the fans, and in my opinion, that's kind of creepy.
It's really
like,
creepy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and on top of the like stress from like the actual survival show
Uh-huh.
itself, it really takes like an emotional toll
Yeah.
on these idols. And then so there's two ways idols can debut. First is through survival shows, and then the second one is through just like being a K-pop trainee under entertainment and then debuting as a group. And survival shows may seem bad, but I feel like being a trainee is even worse because um you have to first of all you have to sign a contract with entertainment that's very restricting, and like once you get in there's like no way out because
yeah, you're like selling
yeah,
your
yeah,
soul
yeah,
to them
yeah.
for
genuinely.
they're usually 7 years long, right?
yeah, and then like there's very extreme diets like one apple a day
Yeah.
only, and then like you have to dance like hours every day. Like I know some idols who whenever they were trainees they had to train like singing and dancing all the way up until like 2 a.m. and then
And then wake up
Yeah,
extremely early
be
the
awake
next
for
day
the
to
7
do
a.m.
it all over again.
yeah.
And all of that like physical exertion on top of the restrictive diet, it like creates like their bodies start like breaking down over time.
Like there's this constant
Yeah.
pressure to like look your best, but you may
Do
not
your
feel
best,
your best.
yeah.
Because like you try to appear super effortless in these choreographies, and you're trying so hard to like sing without like huffing and puffing,
Yeah.
right? But it really takes a toll on your physical health when you're taught how to do this, but your body physically cannot take it. And it's even worse when certain fan bases that are extremely toxic say that, oh, this person can't sing, they can't dance. Like, for example, I remember one time I watched a documentary on another one of my favorite groups, La Seraphim. One of the members, Sakura, she was hated so badly for her singing in the Coachella performance that she was literally scared to
Afraid to
record her
sing,
voice. Yeah.
And she like broke down in the recording room because of all that stress and like the lack of self-confidence.
Yeah, and then like another example is Leah from the K-pop group ITZY. She went on a hiatus of like over 6 months, right? Because of like the hate comments she was getting,
Hmm.
and on top of that, the stress from the promotional
Yeah.
schedules, and everything was just building up, and she couldn't take it anymore, so she went on a hiatus. And this is actually pretty common in a lot of groups. Um, I know twice there was Dayoung,
Nayeon, Chaeyoung, they're
Chaeyoung.
both on hiatus, so they're
Rami
not.
is on hiatus because she literally has
She
pneumothorax,
has
which is
like a
insane.
collapsed lung, right?
Yeah,
But I think more common than hiatuses are just like people enduring the hate instead of like
yeah,
taking
that's
the break
even
that they need.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep like going on with these grueling schedules, um, like without addressing their like mental issues, physical issues.
And like once that collapses, it can be extreme in a lot of cases. Like
Yeah.
for example, there's many cases of trainee and idol suicides,
Well, not
which
many, but
is
like there's certain
Yeah,
there's
like
certainly a
yeah.
lot.
yeah,
And that's just what's been told to the media.
yeah.
Like I'm certain that there's a lot of toxic environments that just the training stage
Mhm.
creates that may lead to people
Yeah.
to collapse or attempt suicide.
Mhm.
Yeah, and this is just like kind of like a loop because to make money, these idol groups need to, have promotional schedules to have new songs and sell their albums. But to prepare for these schedules, um, they have to like handle all these stress, like both physically and emotionally, like the long training hours, the recording sessions, filming variety content.
Mhm.
Like this all just is very, very stressful. And then when the promotional period is done, they have to redo it again
Or they
to
go on tour.
yeah, or they go on tour
Yeah.
just to make more money.
Yeah.
Like although they get money, like it's not beneficial to them in the long run.
And like sometimes like the people who are supporting them can also be really toxic like fan bases. So there's not many, but there's definitely fans who have like an obsession, like an unhealthy obsession with certain idols to the point where they want to say like, "Oh, this idol is like my partner," and try to like pretend that they have an emotional connection with idols who obviously don't know who they are.
And
Um,
just based off of how much media that the idols have, especially from the fact that they recorded like every living moment,
yeah.
a lot of people go so far as to create deepfakes of the
Yeah.
idols, which is
Um,
incredibly damaging to the idol's
and
image.
so invasive to their like privacy and
Exactly.
their right as a
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, and there's these extreme fans called sesangs.
Yeah.
They're basically people um who just like stalk the idols and like go into their homes and break into their homes.
Yeah.
And then like that's just like not ethically and
Yeah.
morally right.
I think we should end this on a more positive note. So obviously K-pop has all of its flaws, but I think K-pop as an industry will continue to flourish for many years just because of its recent like surge in popularity and
Especially from like K-pop demon
uh-huh,
hunters.
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that like the fact that we all talked about this means that all these issues are being brought into light
Yeah.
and that hopefully more companies will pay attention to that
Mhm.
and then make their companies more enjoyable and make the idols more healthier.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for listening.
Thank you.
Oh God, let's see.